Does 8K texture actually make an AI 3D model look better, or is it just a bigger number on a spec sheet? I tested ordinary texture versus 8K texture on the exact same model, and the difference shows up the second you zoom in. Let's look. This one's a tutorial and a real test. I'm using V2Fun, an AI 3D creation platform that turns images or prompts into usable 3D models. They've got a creator coupon right now, V2FUNPH60, active through the end of the month. I'll drop that on screen and in the description. Today though, I actually want to see if the 8K texture upgrade is worth caring about. Alright, let's start by creating our reference image. Instead of uploading an existing photo, I'm going to generate one directly inside V2Fun using its built-in AI image generator. First, click on the AI image tool. Then enter a prompt describing the character or object you want to create. The more specific your prompt is, the better your results will usually be. For this demo, I'm using the newly integrated Nano Banana 2 Lite model. It's one of the latest image generation models available in V2Fun. So I wanted to see how well it performs when creating a concept for a 3D model. Once your prompt is ready, click Generate and let the AI create a few different variations. You'll usually get multiple concepts to choose from. Don't just pick the first one, take a moment to compare them. Look for clean details, a balanced pose, and clear textures because those will help produce a better 3D model later. I like this version the best, so I'll select it and use it as the reference image for the next step. Now I'll take that reference image and generate a textured 3D model using V2Fun's image to 3D workflow. I'll keep the standard texture settings enabled by turning on Generate Texture and Generate PBR Maps, while leaving the 8K high definition option off for now. In just a few clicks, V2Fun transforms the image into a fully textured 3D model that's ready to preview and inspect. Here's the model with the standard texture applied. From a normal viewing distance, it already looks clean and detailed enough for most projects. But when I zoom in on the face, hair, clothing seams, and accessories, some of the finer details start to look a little softer and less defined. That's perfectly fine for quick previews or concept work. But if you're creating close-up renders or showcasing your model, those small details become much more noticeable. Now, let's switch to the 8K texture and see how much of a difference it makes. Now let's compare the exact same model using V2Fun's new 8K texture generation. Everything else is the same: the model, camera angle, and zoom level. So the only difference you're seeing here is the texture quality itself. This makes it much easier to judge how much of an impact the higher resolution textures actually have. It's not a dramatic difference when you're viewing the whole model from a distance, but once you start working with close-up renders, character turntables, or portfolio shots, the extra texture resolution becomes much more noticeable. That's where the 8K texture really starts to show its value. So, where does the 8K texture make the biggest difference? It's really for projects where people will be looking closely at your model, like character showcases, portfolio renders, turntable animations, or AR previews. The extra detail becomes much more noticeable in close-up shots. If you're just creating a quick concept, background asset, or something that won't be viewed up close, the standard texture is honestly more than enough and gets the job done faster. Just keep in mind that 8K textures improve surface detail, they don't fix mesh or rigging issues. Think of it as a quality upgrade, not a replacement for proper model cleanup. After testing both versions side by side, I definitely recommend enabling the 8K texture option if your models are going to be viewed up close or used for portfolio quality renders. It adds noticeably more detail where it matters most. If you found this comparison helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more AI tools, tutorials, and honest reviews. And if there's another AI 3D tool or feature you'd like me to test next, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.